see how this stuff's connected. And then there's people at the other end of the spectrum that says that information ethics isn't even its own field of study, that really what's going on is there's some new advancements in technology, but they're not and we're having some challenges addressing new stuff that's happening, but it's not anything that we need to reinvent the wheel, for which we need to reinvent the wheel. It's illegally sharing unlicensed software is stealing. So, or it's a violation of copyright. We have laws for that, and our traditional tools, ethical tools, can address that. And so there's no reason to have this whole other area of ethics to reinvent. So, and we'll get into that in more detail with the readings. So, what is ethics? And someone asked a very good question. What's the difference between ethics and morality? And there are several good quotes. I gave a quote on the discussion board, but and I'll provide the quotes that I'm about to give for you later, directly from our readings. The easiest way to distinguish this is to think of morality as just something that we have. It's the phenomena that we're trying to make sense of. It's a part of our human condition. It's the rules and beliefs that we have, and that through ethics we try to understand. So here are some of the quotes that I have on the matter. This is from the Buchanan and Henderson readings. It's a quote by Solomon. It's on page 9 of the Buchanan and Henderson. It says, "Whenever we try to defend or criticize a moral belief, we enter the realm of ethics. Ethics is not concerned with specific moral rules, but with the foundation of morality, and with providing general principles that will both help us evaluate the validity of a moral rule and choose between different moralities or different sets of moral rules." And on that same page, they quote Severinsen as suggesting that ethics is structured and deliberative. It is a kind of thinking about moral life. So we see again that, as I just said, that ethics is a systematic attempt to try to understand morality. And in the readings from week 2, the online reading on ethics, the Galilean Library link, this is from paragraph 2. We have the link that I provided in the thread. When someone asked this question, what's the difference between morality and ethics, this is the quote I provided. It says, "In simple terms, morality is the right or wrong or otherwise of an action, a way of life or decision, while ethics is the study of such standards as we use or propose to judge such things." And finally, this from our Tavani textbook on page 32. It says, "We define ethics as the study of morality. For our purposes, morality can be defined as a system of rules for guiding human conduct and principles for evaluating those rules." And so, for our purposes here, we can split ethics up into 3 tiers. We have meta-ethics, ethical theory, and applied ethics. Meta-ethics is divided into absolutism, relativism, and pluralism. Ethical theory, there are various ethical theories we could look at, like ethics of care, that's a feminist approach. Primarily we look at utilitarianism and deontology. Applied ethics is what we'll be doing, where we look at case studies and things like that. But first, meta-ethics. And of course, I mean, it's, hopefully this is self-explanatory. What that means, meta-ethics, is just that this precedes our theoretical understanding of ethics, where we get into specifics. This is just thinking in the broadest terms. Before we develop any theory, we have these certain we have a certain broad mindset toward how we develop our theory. So, absolutism, an absolutist approach to ethical theory would be, and we're going to like I was saying, in this class we'll deal with ethical theory, but we'll also look at case studies and deal with concrete situations concerning ethics. And that will be the applied ethics. So absolutism, an absolutist approach to ethics would be to say that there's one and only one right answer concerning an ethical issue. So an example would be, bringing it down to the applied ethics level. If you, under any circumstances, if you make a copy of an unlicensed piece of software, then it's wrong for you to make an unlicensed copy of a piece of software under any circumstances. It doesn't matter if you have 3 days before the deadline of your master's thesis, and this is your last semester, and your financial aid has run out, and your car has died, and you have no financial support anywhere else, and you have a friend who has a copy of that software, and you intend to buy a copy later. Under no circumstances is it okay for you to make an unlicensed copy of a piece of licensed software. That would be an absolutist approach to information ethics. Sorry, that was a little convoluted, but then you have, hopefully that made sense. It just says that there are absolute rights and wrongs. It's morally, and we see this a lot in religious belief-based morality. But there are rational belief-based systems that we can derive. That says they're objective principles that are just right and wrong, and we can access. I mean,